In 2026, one thing's for sure, this WrestleMania season, I'm not really feeling it. I just feel like we should be in a period of figuring out the future instead of relying on the past, whether it be an 11-time WrestleMania main eventer, a man pushing 50, a couple of them actually, or the tried and true of the last few years. I just think that now is the time to figure out what is next. Since I don't have the power to figure out who is next to be on top, I thought I'd go out of time and book a 2-night WrestleMania if I had access to every star in the history of wrestling. And yeah, do my best to make an exciting 2-night WrestleMania. So after the open rolls, it'll be night 1. Then there'll be the ad read for Campbell Comics, and then it'll be night 2 of WrestleMania Out of Time. Like with every Out of Time video, leave a comment of who you would have win the said matches in the comments below. Starting tomorrow and all the weeks thereafter, Mr. Super Oz the channel will be going Monday through Friday, taking the weekends off. Mondays is where the Bible study will release. Tuesday will remain wrestling shorts. Wednesday is the return of Alpha Entertainment Worldwide. Thursday will be shorts, but non-specific. It'll be flash of art, could be a quick movie review, could be a video game talk. Thursdays will be shorts, but non-wrestling shorts. And Friday, it could be long, it could be short, it could be wrestling, it could be not. It's just a fun Friday video that you have to look forward to, but just in a more freeform style. WrestleMania Out of Time Night 1 opens with the Workhorse Championship, the Intercontinental title. This match is between two prolific Intercontinental champions of the Ruthless Aggression era, that being the Chosen One, Drew McIntyre, and dashing Cody Rhodes. The guys were formerly tag team champions together. They are now in the main event together, but I just think that the Chosen One and the Dashing One would make for a great opening of WrestleMania Out of Time. Match number 2 is a match I wish had never left WrestleMania because it is tailor-made for guys who have done great throughout the year, or in this case, all throughout time, and don't have an active storyline, whether it be main event, mid-card, or grudge match. That being Money in the Bank. This ladder match has Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Shelton Benjamin, Rey Mysterio, Kane, X-Pac, Eddie Guerrero, and Brian Pillman. The third match is a triple threat. It is a showcase of the women throughout history when it comes to pro wrestling. We have a wrestler from the new generation, that being Bull Nakano. We have a wrestler from the now, that being Rhea Ripley, and an iconic wrestler from the launch of the women's revolution and even to the now. She was dominant in Japan, that being Asuka. As the match plays out, Io Shirai, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane do get involved because it's WrestleMania, so you try and get as many faces on the card. The fourth match of this 8-match WrestleMania Night 1 is a Hell in a Cell tag team match, which puts the New Day, the Usos, and the Dudley Boys inside the confines of the dangerous structure. For both Night 1 and Night 2, I have kind of not quite a intermission, but a talking segment that goes between the first half and the second half of the card. This is the audience attendance segment. Mr. McMahon with Sable and the Big Show. He comes out and he brags, but he gets interrupted by Eugene. The Big Show chokeslams Eugene, and Vince and Sable dance. Again, it's just one of those segments where you fit people on the card that didn't have a spot. You get the babyface pomp of Eugene and his music. You get the dangerous big man Paul White, and you get Sable and Vince McMahon doing Vince McMahon and Sable type things. To begin the second half of night one, we have Becky Lynch taking on Awesome Kong, and Becky is defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This just feels like Awesome Kong, the dominant monster, taking on the man herself when she had the utmost popularity. I find this match so enjoyable. It's John Cena taking on Christian Cage. If Christian Cage wins, he gets 5 minutes in the ring with John Cena Sr. It's just a way to elevate a man who never, in my opinion, got that respect he deserved in the World Wrestling Entertainment Organization. And it's a way to put John Cena in a prominent position. And hey, his dad gets a WrestleMania payday, but depending on your booking, whether or not he steps in the ring and goes at it with Christian Cage. The semi-main event of Night 1's WrestleMania Out of Time is a 6-pack spear challenge gauntlet match where a pin can only be obtained after hitting your spear makes you eligible to get a pinfall. Think of it like how in TNA's King of the Mountain match you have to get a pinfall before you can go hang the championship. Well, in this case, you have to hit a spear before you're eligible for the referee to put his hand on the mat 3 times. This 6-pack spear challenge has Edge, Dave Bautista, Bill Goldberg, Braun Breaker, Bobby Lashley, and Roman Reigns. Who of these 6 men will win the 6-pack spear challenge match? The main event of Night 1's WrestleMania Out of Time is the 9th Wonder of the World Chyna, Mickie James, and Medusa defending her ladies championship in the main event. This triple threat is era defining, whether it be Alundra Blaze from the New Generation / Medusa from WCW, whether it be Mickie James in that ruthless aggression era where she showed her tenacity toward Trish Stratus, or Chyna, the definitive Attitude Era women's character. My goodness, she did everything in the Attitude Era to stand out and be a special entity, so much so that there was talk of her going one-on-one with Steve Austin when he was the tip-top guy. I think it's for the best that it didn't end up happening because, well, as popular as Chyna was, she wasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin. But yeah, that's Night 1 of WrestleMania Out of Time. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Leave your comments below who won the first 8 matches of WrestleMania Out of Time. Night 2 opens with the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This is the way to get the women who aren't embroiled in a championship or blood feud onto the card. Victoria, Gail Kim, Charlotte Flair, Megan Bayne, Daphne, Luna Vachon, Athena, and AJ Lee. What a collection of talent that is for the opening of WrestleMania Out of Time Night 2. And the second match on the card is a match for the World Tag Team Championships. It is a four-corner elimination match which sees The Bar of Sheamus and Cesaro taking on the Hardy Boys, Demolition, and the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. The next match, Chelsea Green defending the Divas Championship against Stacy Keibler. This match was made because Chelsea Green is one of the talents that really looks up to that era that, well, I wasn't a fan of, but, you know, that's okay. She liked the Divas Butterfly Belt, and it's a way to put Stacy Keibler on the show. I kind of see this playing out in quick fashion. However, if you think it's a more grueling affair, that's totally up to you because the viewer gets to pick the winners. Up next is a trios match. This 3-on-3 contest is a generational affair, and it kind of is a cross-promotional affair when we see TNA Wrestling's main event mafia, that being Booker T, Scott Steiner, and Kurt Angle, go up against the never made it to air faction of the Clique. Razor Ramon, Diesel, and the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. That's the reason that Big Daddy Cool, Big Sexy Kevin Nash is not over on the main event mafia side, because we are out of time. These guys are displaced, and so it's young Diesel taking on well-seasoned Scott Steiner, Booker, and Kevin Nash. In Night 2's Between segment, the non-match segment, we get the attendance segment, this time with Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger, who come down and talk down toward the crowd. The Rock interrupts and announces the attendance after he hits a rock bottom and a people's elbow on Jack Swagger. Kind of a play off of how The Rock had that 6-second or very short match with Eric Rowan. When we come back to the action, the in-ring action, we have the Boston Hug Connection versus Trish Stratus and Lita versus Lay Cool and taking on the Divas of Doom, which is Beth Phoenix and Natalya, taking on the Bellas for the Women's Tag Team Championship. If you remember back to the January Royal Rumble Out of Time, Chris Jericho maintained, well, he could have, in my mind he did, he maintained the Undisputed Championship that he defended against Reza Ramon. And so Kofi Kingston, again, in my imaginary version of this, Kofi Kingston won the Royal Rumble, and Kofi Kingston is challenging Chris Jericho for the Undisputed Championship here at WrestleMania Out of Time. Will Kofi Mania strike again for the second time? You tell me in the comments. Or will Chris Jericho maintain the Undisputed title, unlike when he defended it against Triple H in the real timeline? The semi-main event of Night 2, WrestleMania Out of Time, is a Falls Count Anywhere all-star tag team triple threat, where we have the original Blackpool Combat Club, Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, going up against the mega powers of Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan, also facing off against Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin, the two-man power trip. This is basically a WWE Anarchy in the Arena style match at WrestleMania, Falls Count Anywhere. Who will come out on top? Are you more for the Golden Age? Are you more for the Attitude Era? Or are you a person who loves to live in the now and in the Challenger brand era? That will basically determine who wins this three-team Falls Count Anywhere match. And in the main event of WrestleMania Out of Time, we see the icon, the vigilante, the man called Sting, go one-on-one with the undefeated Undertaker. Yes, this is post WrestleMania 29 Undertaker. So, fully streak intact Undertaker taking on, I think, my favorite version of that, like, TNA added red paint to his face Sting. I just think that's a great look because it's a blend of the classic bright colors. It's keeping the base of the black and white Sting at his height of his popularity, and he's able to cut promos too. It's just like that's, to me, that's peak Sting in TNA, and maybe not peak Sting in wrestling, but it's the perfect hybrid. There we go. It's the perfect hybrid Sting taking on that perfect hybrid Undertaker, where he maintains his style of his biker Undertaker while keeping his supernatural abilities after his return at WrestleMania 20. So yeah, the main event of WrestleMania Out of Time is a match that many people have long wanted at WrestleMania, that being Sting versus The Undertaker. Comment below who you would have win the matches, and tell me, did you watch WrestleMania Night 1 last night? Do you plan on watching WrestleMania Night 2? Is it after WrestleMania weekend? And you have your opinions on what happened. I don't know. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the 2-night, 16-match booked WrestleMania Out of Time. Leave a comment below. Come back tomorrow. Enjoy.